How your brain learns, a neuroscience perspective. Have you ever wondered how your brain actually learns? Every new skill you pick up, every fact you remember, and even every mistake you learn from, all of it is etched into your brain's wiring. Today, we're diving deep into the neuroscience of human learning, how your brain encodes information, why sleep is as important as study, and how things like stress, attention, and even your emotions affect how well you learn. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll not only understand your brain better, but also know how to learn smarter. Let's start with the brain regions that act as your learning dream team. First up, the hippocampus. Think of it as your brain's librarian. Whenever you experience something new, the hippocampus catalogs it. Where you were, what you saw, how you felt. Without it, forming new memories is almost impossible. That's why patients with hippocampal damage can remember their childhood but struggle to recall what they had for breakfast. Next, the prefrontal cortex, right behind your forehead. This is your brain's CEO. It handles planning, problem solving, and most importantly, attention. If you're distracted while learning, blame your prefrontal cortex for being pulled in too many directions. Then we have the amygdala, the emotional highlighter. Ever notice how you vividly remember embarrassing or scary moments? That's your amygdala tagging those memories with emotional importance. And finally, the basal ganglia and cerebellum. They're the muscle memory masters. Riding a bike, typing on a keyboard, or playing a piano piece, once you've practiced enough, these regions take over, freeing up your conscious mind. Together, these regions form the backbone of how we learn. Facts, skills, and even emotional lessons. So how does your brain actually store what you learn? Neuroscientists describe it in 3 stages: encoding, consolidation, and retrieval. Encoding is step 1. Imagine you're hearing a new word in Spanish, mariposa. Your brain doesn't just hear the sound, your hippocampus connects it to images of butterflies, your prefrontal cortex keeps you focused, and your amygdala may even add a spark of excitement if you love languages. Next comes consolidation. This is where the brain stabilizes the memory. Think of it like saving a document on your computer. At first, it's just in temporary memory, but then your brain rewires actual connections between neurons to store it more permanently. Here's a fascinating fact: this process mostly happens while you sleep. That's why sleeping on it really works. Finally, retrieval, the act of remembering. Pulling out that Spanish word in a conversation reactivates the same neural pathways. And here's the trick: the more you recall it, the stronger it becomes. That's why self-testing beats rereading your notes. So, learning isn't just input and storage. It's a dynamic cycle of encoding, strengthening, and retrieving. The magic of neuroplasticity. Here's where things get amazing. Your brain is not a fixed machine. It's constantly rewiring itself in response to what you do. This ability is called neuroplasticity. Every time you learn something, your neurons form stronger connections, or even grow new branches, kind of like roots and branches of a tree expanding. For example, London taxi drivers, who must memorize thousands of city streets, have a visibly larger hippocampus than average. And musicians? Their motor and auditory brain areas physically adapt to years of practice. The saying, "cells that fire together, wire together," is more than just a phrase, it's the rule of learning. Your experiences literally reshape your brain. So when you struggle with a new skill, remember, your brain is actively building new pathways. Effort is not wasted, it's construction work in progress. The chemistry of learning. Neuroplasticity needs fuel, and that fuel is your brain's chemistry. First, dopamine, often called the motivation molecule. Whenever you achieve something or experience a pleasant surprise, dopamine surges. It doesn't just make you feel good, it literally tells your brain, "Hey, this is important, remember this." That's why gamified learning, rewards, or even celebrating small wins can supercharge your memory. Next, acetylcholine. Think of it as your brain spotlight. When you're focused, acetylcholine sharpens your circuits, making learning more efficient. Then there's glutamate, your main excitatory neurotransmitter. It's the workhorse behind memory, strengthening the synapses where learning happens. But it's not all sunshine. Stress hormones like cortisol can mess things up. A little stress might sharpen your focus, but too much? It blocks the hippocampus, making it harder to recall information. Ever blank out during a test? Thank cortisol. So yes, your emotional and chemical state is just as important as how much time you spend studying. Now, let's talk about 3 powerful factors that make or break your learning: sleep, stress, and attention. Sleep first. During deep sleep, your brain replays the day's memories like a highlight reel. This strengthens the connections you formed while awake. Miss sleep, and you're basically throwing away a big part of your study session. Stress next. Short bursts of stress, like a deadline, can boost focus. But chronic stress floods your brain with cortisol, weakening memory circuits. That's why balance is key. Study in calm environments and take breaks when needed. And of course, attention. If your attention is scattered, your brain simply won't encode properly. That's why multitasking is a myth. You'll learn far more by giving one thing your full focus for 20 minutes than juggling 3 things for an hour. So, how can we use all this neuroscience in real life? First, use spaced practice. Study in shorter sessions spread over days instead of cramming. Your brain needs downtime to consolidate. Second, try retrieval practice. Quiz yourself instead of just rereading. Remember, every recall strengthens the memory. Third, protect your sleep. It's your brain's memory workshop. Fourth, manage stress. Exercise, mindfulness, or even a walk outside can reset cortisol levels. And finally, embrace the idea of growth mindset. Remember, your brain is plastic. With effort and practice, you're literally reshaping it. So the next time you sit down to learn something new, picture your neurons wiring, your hippocampus filing, and your brain building itself stronger. Learning isn't magic, it's biology. And with the right habits, you can make that biology work for you. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who loves to learn. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your brain curious.